you got to start with the headlocks. They're the bane of your existence with the no gi on. So we're going to spend a couple weeks suffering the headlock, and then I'm going to hopefully show you how to never get put in a headlock again. I got to show you how to get out, and then like I said, we'll work on not getting in there again. Doesn't matter where this starts. We're going to be doing headlocks standing up as well. It's just easier to start focusing on them down here and working our way out. So I broke through Matthew's defenses and I got around his head. Right off the bat, his elbows are in, his chin is tucked, which means his shoulder is as much by his ears as he can get them, and then he's looking at the floor. And he's looking at the floor with his whole body. Don't leave your hips facing up and try to just look at the floor. Everything turns towards the floor. Look down. If you achieve this position, you will survive. I cannot end your existence in this position. It's nearly impossible. Chin's up, everything else, looking around, everything different, things start to change. Guy's got you in a headlock because he's bigger than you. And there's a concern that a bigger guy can squeeze you more than you can handle, which is why you need to put yourself in the best position possible. His elbow right now is under my hip, inside keeping that space. His outside hand's out of the fight. Should be in the fight, but he messed that part up and let me in here, so that's going to come into play later. Guy on the top, I'm just doing a regular, I'm squeezing you by the head position from here. So I got my hand squeezing on his head. For this first one, I want his head. So I'm squeezing and I'm pulling up on it. So my head's up in the air and I'm elevated, cranking on his head. I want to pull that thing off if I can. So with this space, Matthew's going to bring his hand from the back. There's two bones in your arm. One follows your pinky and one follows your thumb. So he's going to take the hand in the back, the pinky bone. He's going to lay his hand on my shoulder and push the pinky bone into the side of my neck. And then he's going to reinforce it with the bottom hand. When he reinforces it, probably the hand's going to come out from the elbow being tucked. And he wants to build a frame here that I cannot collapse again, which is why the bottom hand is under the top hand supporting it. So I can't physically crush this down anymore. I gave him the space to build the frame. He put something in there that'll never collapse again. So now he has space that will always exist in this position. It doesn't matter what I do, I can't close this hole anymore. From here, he wants to make the hole bigger if he can. So he's going to take this hand and with the help of his other hand, kind of extend his arms and try to turn my chin if he can. The more my head's in the fight, the stronger I am. So he's going to try to get me to turn away a little bit if he can by stretching these out. One hand supporting the other. Still, as much as he can with his hips facing the ground now, he's going to shrimp. And bring his leg over the head that he's pushing away from him. From here, I don't know if I can break the grip on the headlock from here, so that's not my concern. I'm going to push down with the leg and take the top. And then from here, I'm going to pull him back flat on the ground till his shoulders are flat. There's some nuances here as far as escaping the headlock. My first nuance, I want to be the safest I could possibly be nuanced. Matthew gets me in a headlock, maybe I mount, maybe I do some different things. Right? That 6'8", 375-pound guy gets me in a headlock, I'm not mounting that guy. I'm flattening him out and I'm being safe as I can be. So when we get this position, we talked about this on Monday, he's got me in a headlock. I'm basing, I'm pulling back, and I'm going to take my head and put it beside Matthew's head. My concern here is once I get out, this hand's still out of the fight. This hand is closer to my face than this hand is. I don't like that. So one option is to put it in here. But if I put it in here, I can't push as good and whatnot. Like I said, Matthew's real strong, whatever. So right now, to solve that problem, I'm going to push, pull with my hips, and turn my head so that my face isn't exposed to this hand anymore. And then if I need to, I'll just walk my arms up a little bit. Later on, we'll do some of that other stuff. Right now, I want to be safe as safe can be. So I got him in the headlock and I'm pulling on his head. First thing, look at the floor. Nothing makes any difference if you can't get out. And I can't get out if I can't survive. The guy starts grinding on your neck and pulling your chin and twinkles start happening, you're going to have a hell of a time doing anything. Look at the floor. Suffer for a second. You deserve to suffer if the guy gets you in a headlock. So bear your burden for a couple of seconds. Look at the floor. Tuck those elbows. I pull it. Squeeze it. Now he brings that hand. Keeps me where I'm at. Pushes if he can. Turn my chin. That's what you want to think about. Don't just push on my head. Turn my chin if you can. From here, he starts shrimping. Leg over the head. Pushes it down. Takes the top. Pulls me back. Buries his head so that I can't do anything. And walks the arms up if he wants. Questions? Most of us did this on Monday. A couple new guys will catch you guys up. Let's play this a little bit.